I'm going to show you a grocery haul that I have done today. So far I put in the order last night and then I have just picked up my order from Whole Foods. Usually I do a pickup from Whole Foods because it's awesome to do through Amazon Prime. So that is the plan, is to get these groceries upstairs into the condo, and I will show you guys what all we got for the week. Okay, so I got the groceries upstairs, but me and Nick were like super hungry for lunch, so we went ahead and made a little bit of lunch and ate it. So now I'm about to put all the groceries away so you can look through and see what all I ordered this time. So the stuff that we already have pulled out for lunch is some whole wheat tortillas. I usually just buy these for Nick because I'm sensitive a little bit to whole wheat and stuff like that. So I usually don't eat wraps, but I really like wanted one. So I made one for lunch today. And then we have a little bit of deli meats from the brand Applegate Naturals. If I buy deli meat, that's usually what I buy, just because they have as clean as you can get with deli meat. But honestly, I really don't even buy deli meat that much. I feel like we usually get it like once a month, and usually it's just for Nick when he needs like a quick lunch setup, and I know like he won't eat anything if I don't get him something like this. So we have some chicken breast, salami, roast beef, which I was not a fan. I was not a fan of this roast beef. I thought it was really fatty and like not good. So I don't know. And then oh, I think we already had this, but I usually get something like a spring mix for salads, and then you can put that super easy on a wrap, and then there's like, you know, you're serving of veggies for lunch. And then I also really like this brand, the Simple Mills, and they make things like almond flour and cashew flour and stuff like that for crackers. So these are super good, the farmhouse cheddar. If you've watched any of my videos before, you know that this monster of a cat here that we call Cat does not like when doors are closed. So God forbid I shut a door in his house to film a video. He wants to wreck it. So I'm gonna see if we can entertain him as we go through our groceries, which is kind of gross because I'm holding a cat and touching groceries, but I'm just gonna watch this stuff. Let's see. Put you up here. Okay. So I also got rosemary and sea salt flavored of those same kind of crackers. And then from the same brand, I got a pumpkin muffin slash bread. I'm probably gonna make some kind of bread or something with it because I don't have muffin thingies. Anyways, I kind of wanted to do something with a little bit of dessert, and I like these because it is, I don't know if you can see it, but it is like minimal ingredients in it, which is so awesome for a dessert, because sometimes, you know, there's like 30 something ingredients just in like baking some brownies. Okay, the rest of the stuff in this bag is just a couple of limes because I think Friday night we might make homemade margaritas. I don't know if Nick knows yet. And then an onion, some avocados, and we like the little tiny like mandarin oranges. Let's go. So the next bag we have spinach for all the things, and then this is the kind of milk I typically like to get. So this is called Malk, and you can get it at Whole Foods. I think it's like the only like nut milk brand that is literally like just a couple of ingredients. This one actually has a couple more. I forgot that the vanilla one is not just like just straight up almonds. It has a few extra things, so I don't love that, but the vanilla one's really good. So I usually switch back and forth between the regular one and the vanilla one um, to make it, you know, more interesting. Excuse me. And then I got this Napa cabbage, which is my favorite kind of cabbage to get. And I typically put this in salads with like vinegar and other stuff, kind of making like an Asian kind of salad. So that's what that's for. Then we just have some meats in here, just some ground beef. And then I also got some ground sausage for just like a dinner that I was gonna make tonight that I already had some ground sausage for, but not enough, so I just bought some more. Okay, next bag is a bunch of yar stuff. So I bought some salsas. This is salsa just for dipping. I have not tried this brand of salsa, but I've tried their chips and they're really good that you can get at Whole Foods. And then I got this salsa to put on top of some beef enchiladas that I'm gonna make to go with the margaritas. And then I buy almond butter for me and peanut butter for Nick because he loves peanut butter and I usually prefer almond butter. This sauce is my most favorite sauce that I have found, and I think you can only get it at Whole Foods or maybe other like health food stores, but anyway, it's called Yo Mama's. I haven't tried the basil one yet, but this sauce is so good. Anything from like making homemade pizza to making spaghetti, like it is so good on everything. And what I love most about it is that it's absolutely delicious and it is no sugar added and low sodium. So literally it just has 2 grams of sugar in it, and I blanked on what I was going to say. Oh, it has 2 grams of sugar in it and they're not added. So that's pretty cool for a sauce, because sauce, if you look at the label, like there's so much sugar in it. So love that stuff. And then some pickles, because we just ran out at lunch. And then I really like Siete. Anything like Mexican food that I'm about to pull out of the bags, it's going to be Siete brand now probably. But I haven't tried their spice for carnitas, and I thought I'd just use that as like with the enchiladas meat or whatever. Because I didn't have anything that said enchilada. More Siete. Love their tortilla chips. They are grain free. So I don't eat a lot of grains, as I was talking about, or whole wheat or anything like that. Because it does not sit well in my belly. So these are awesome. Just because they're like that though doesn't mean it's great to overeat them, but sometimes it happens because that's how delicious they are. And then some bananas so I can freeze them for smoothies. I usually buy them like this and then freeze them because it's way cheaper to do that than to buy frozen bananas, I realized. So I was like, that's stupid. And then a big old bag of cashews. And some no oil or no salt added popcorn because we are like straight up addicted to popcorn. So, okay. Next we have more Siete. We have some tortilla shells. I bought cassava flour for both. I tried the cassava flour and the almond flour, but for the enchiladas, I had a little bit of both last time I made some enchiladas, and the cassava flour worked better because they were like softer, so they didn't fall apart as much as the almond flour. They're both equally delicious, so have those for the enchilada night. And then Nick's eggs. Okay, we have 2 more bags. So we have this gigantic thing of kale. There's literally no way to buy kale for like just 2 people to use for 1 week. So what I usually do, if you have this issue, is I will like freeze some of it and then use that in smoothies. And that way you don't have to waste it, or you don't have to avoid buying it because no one else is like eating it. And then I have beets because I love a good beet smoothie, and I have not had one in like, I don't even know, maybe like a month or 2. So I was like, I'm getting beets this time so I can make a few beet smoothies this next coming up week. then we have a nice bag of grapes. Nick also loves grapes. He only requests like peanut butter and grapes and eggs. And then some green onions. Okay, that's a bag. I don't even remember what's in all this stuff. I just put it in the order and then pick it up. So I did buy some turkey meatballs. I really actually don't buy a lot of frozen stuff like this anymore because when you look at the label, there's lots of added stuff, a lot of cheese and sugar and stuff like that, and it is higher in sodium whenever you buy things like this. But I also know sometimes when it's like a busier weekend, if I do something like this and plan to cook, then I will eat out less. So I was like, let me grab that. It also doesn't go bad if we decide not to do this, then it'll be there for another time whenever we're busy. Oh, and only 2 things in there. And then frozen cauliflower, which I actually mainly use the frozen cauliflower flurries for smoothies also, because I love a good cauliflower smoothie. Some people don't like it because they can still taste the cauliflower. I think if you use fruit like pineapples or mangoes or something like that, it's not quite as noticeable and it makes the smoothie like super creamy. So that is all of the items in the bags. So I'm going to give you a tour of my fridge now that it's full. I could have did a pre and then post, but I didn't think about it. But I usually try and wipe down the fridge before I put all the goodies in there. So I did that. So I have deli meat and smoked salmon up here. And then I just have some like leftover stuff and of course salsa. We be loving a salsa. Up here, got our tortilla shells. Down here is where we keep most of our liquid stuff. Nick has been drinking the Bloody Marys. That's usually the best brand, but he bought this Nashville Hot, so I'm curious to see how that's going to go. We have some coconut cream right here. I think I'm going to either try in like a cocktail or maybe a smoothie. I don't know. Probably not a lot because that's like a lot of sugar. And then we got more of the produce over here, and then this is where the grapes will go in a bowl. And yeah, let's see what we got over here. Extra water bottles for pre-workout, pickles and stuff. And then on this side, that's where our eggs and then all of our condiments are. And yo, I'm not real sure about this pantry. And then stock full right now. Like usually there's supposed to be cans there, but I ran out of room. When you live in a condo, you don't really have a lot of like stuff to work with here, room to work with. So yeah, that's pretty much the tour. Let's put everything facing us, like, right? It's pretty much the tour of the pantry. Okay, so that was just a little grocery haul of like 5 days. That should get us through to. Sometimes I do bigger ones like 7, sometimes I don't, just depends on the day of the week that it kind of falls on. So that is my grocery haul for this week. If you guys like this kind of video, let me know and then I will do more of them. I'll show you how I actually like maybe plan out my menu for the week and then how I put in the order and then all the things that I get. And then I can even like post it down below and then you can like use it, which would be kind of cool because then that's less groceries that you gotta like come up with for the week. Anyway, so let me know if you like this video. You can give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe and then you'll know when other videos come out. So yeah, I will talk to you guys in the next video.